Shalom. Call Hello Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God, by Hashem in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly out there ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I want to give a shout out to the Akim that's pushing and spreading his word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Also to the Israelite foreigners, a speckled bird, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all forefathers, though you may look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst. The heathen nations, as you see on this chart, the nations starting from 2 on down. Those are the heathen nations. Also, if your lineage, the seed line goes back to the tribes, as I'm about to pull on this chart, right here through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word and this truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, and child out there, this does apply to you. You are Israelites, though you may look like the heathen nations due to the scattering of these people on this chart. So we look like the other nations as well. Okay? To the few Aqua, which is you sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth where this word is going out to, Shalom to you as well. To so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel as seen on this chart. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people, the Most High Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah. And I got a clip, actually 2 clips. You know, it's more going in on World War III basically. And I'm gonna play a little bit of this clip, but it's just showing you how divided, okay, America is, okay. And on how divided America is, not just here in America, but worldwide. But I'm gonna show you these clips and get the few scriptures. Yahweh Ratazah, this be edifying to the elect, okay, and also the women that believe as well, you Israelites.
Are the articles going to be transmitted tonight? Anytime soon?
Do you listen when I speak? I said when we saw what the arena is, that we would be sending members in, then we would send over the articles. We haven't seen that. So I don't know how many more times I have to say that, or how many times you want to ask it. But when we see an arena in which this will happen, we will then be prepared to send the articles, pay-fors, and managers.
Speaker Pelosi reiterating her line for Mitch McConnell. We're joined by one of her colleagues, Democratic Congressman Gregory Meeks of New York, a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, who was also in that classified briefing on Iran today. Thanks for joining me, sir.
Good being with you.
I'd like to get to the briefing in a moment. We were discussing that for our viewers a few moments ago, but beginning with the speaker's statement there, what does this mean in terms of when the trial will start in the Senate and what else you, the Speaker of the Democratic Caucus in the House, hopes to get in advance of that trial?
Well, I hope everybody knows by now that Nancy Pelosi is not like the President of the United States. She says what she means, and she means what she says. And that's why she's been very consistent about it all. We need to know what the rules are, will be when the trial starts on the Senate side. And it's not going to go over until we know what those rules are. How can you start a process without knowing the rules? And so she says what she means. There will be no handing over, and I agree with her. Because if you're going to be the one that's going to prosecute the case, etc., you've got to know what the rules are. So then you know who to even send over there. So until that happens, McConnell needs to tell us what the rules of the game is, and he needs to work it out with Schumer. And I think that you'll see that then and only then will Nancy Pelosi move.
But you know who's starting to disagree with that position? It's not just Republicans, sir. There are now some Democratic senators who are saying this point was made and it's time to send them over soon. Take a look.
We are reaching the point where the articles of impeachment should be sent.
I think it is time for the Speaker to send the articles over.
The sooner we receive this, the sooner we can find out if we're going to have a real trial or not.
What do you say to that?
I say.
But anyway, just they going in. Not only they divided, they divided on that decision that Donald Trump made on this airstrike that killed Qasem Soleimani, but they're also still going in on this so-called impeachment of Donald Trump, which that's madness. But point is they're divided. Okay, they're divided within this. Okay, there's a lot of things happening. They divided. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more vid. Then I'm gonna get the scriptures. Then I'm gonna close it out. Right there.
America's European allies were not given advance warning of the attack on Iran's top general. Tuesday, Britain's Defense Secretary said the US had the right to defend itself.
Iran had stepped up its destabilizing activities in the region. Whether it was targeting dissidents in Europe or hijacking civilian ships, this aggressive behavior was never going to go unchallenged.
As hundreds of thousands mourned Soleimani's death in Iran, Britain, France and Germany issued a joint statement calling on all parties to exercise utmost restraint. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is facing his first big foreign policy test.
Trying to be a bit of a bridge between the United States policy of confrontation and trying to keep the European three, France, Germany and ourselves, on side with a continued policy of engagement. That's quite a difficult act to balance.
Europe hopes the 2015 Iran nuclear deal can be saved. Despite Tehran's announcement, it will now disregard all restrictions on its nuclear enrichment activities. Iran also has pledged military retaliation, and US allies fear they could be targeted too.
The main area that it's going to look to target US interests will be in Iraq. That seems to me the easiest place for Iranian allies to look to hit back against US interests.
NATO has suspended its training mission in Iraq, part of the Western coalition to defeat Islamic State.
A new conflict would be in no one's interest.
Russia and China both condemned the killing of Soleimani. Russia's President Putin met in Damascus Tuesday with his Syrian counterpart, who is a key ally of Iran. In the Middle East, anti-US protests have spread from Iran and Iraq to Turkey, the Palestinian territories and Lebanon. Protests also broke out in Pakistan and India. Meanwhile, Iran's longtime foe, Israel, praised what it called the decisive and swift US action. All eyes are now on Iran and whether it will heed global calls for restraint or fulfill.
There it is, man. You got what I just showed you in that first video, okay? The so-called Democrats and Republicans, they're divided, okay? You even got some of Trump, the Republicans, they're also in a big uproar against Trump, okay? And here in this situation, you have the European Union, okay? Parts of Europe, and you got NATO, okay? They basically, they disagreed with America did with this attack on Iran, okay? Because Europe or the EU and you got some NATO allies there, they have certain deals set up. They have certain investments within Iran. But America is making it difficult, okay, with all the attacks and all the sanctioning that they're doing on Iran, making it very difficult with the EU and NATO, some NATO allies to keep and deal with Iran, because you have Iran telling them that they had to check America, check America in order for basically put it in easy words to in order for you to do deals with us, you gotta check America. Go check with your partner America, okay? But here it is, you got America doing all this these strikes, this sanctioning, the demonization on Iran, okay? It's making it harder and harder. And now you have this, okay? So point being is this Esau, Edom, the so-called white man is divided, okay? They're divided, okay? Let me get start with this first. This is Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And they can't agree. Okay? They can't agree. Okay? Like I said, they're divided, man. Okay? This Isaiah 19 and 2. They think about whether to send troops over there or what not. They don't know, man. They lost, man. Okay? This Isaiah 19 and 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And the modern Egyptians is Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Okay, the so-called Caucasian, they're the new Egyptians. Because this is spiritual Egypt. Egypt, as I always say, is synonymous with the house of bondage. And who's in bondage? The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay? These are the new Egyptians right here, man. The Edomites. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And this was playing out. This is beginning phases of what's playing out. Okay? The Egyptian against the Egyptian, man. You got the EU barking at America barking, being more stout, like it said in the book of Daniels, how they were more stout than their fellows. Okay, America is more stout than EU. Okay, they don't want no parts of this conflict with Iran, because not only they dealing with Iran on certain investments, but the EU, okay, they're not powerful, they're not strong militarily like America is. Okay. And it's like America's not seeming to get it, because like I said, they're more stout than their fellows. Okay? You already got some NATO members. Okay? You got Canada. Okay? You got definitely Turkey, which is Gomer in the scriptures. They're fed up with America, especially Turkey. Turkey just did a gas line, I think it was a gas pipeline deal with Russia the other day. Okay? So these so-called allies of America, you know, they're completely fed up with America, man. Okay? They're fed up with America. Okay? It's like it says in Habakkuk 2 and 4, his spirit is not upright in them. That's what they're finding out. Okay? This man completely, you Edomites in America, completely delusional. Okay? You're proud. Okay? Can't nobody tell you nothing. You're hard-headed. Okay? That's what they're finding out, man. So they just wave their fan in hand at America, man. Okay? This is Matthew 3. This is actually Mark 3 and 23. It says, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? You got the spiritual demon Satan. Okay? Then you got what? His physical counterpart, which you Edomites. Okay? If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And that's what you're seeing. A kingdom divided, man. On all fronts. Okay? You got a political divide, okay? You got people that's against, them trying to take, Trump out of office. Then you got the people that's against, okay, America going to war with Iran. Okay, you got the allies that's against, okay, the Edomite allies that's against America. Okay, it's just all out division. Okay, and what happens when a nation is divided? Okay. It can't stand, like it's saying. Okay, I always bring this out. Look at our people, for instance. Our people, due to the curses, are divided. Look at us. Okay, we're destroyed. How much more you Edomites? Okay? You got the rich Edomites, you got the poor Edomites that's sleeping in cars or just sleeping in tents. Divided, man. Let me read it again. If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. If Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. Okay? And that shows what? We are at his end. Okay? Because he's completely divided. You have not seen America so divided, okay, in the past as you see now. Because we're at the end. We're at his end. Okay? And these other these allies of America, they just gonna end up what? They just gonna end up retaliating against America like they starting to already do. But I'm talking about to the point where when this world war pop off, okay, they're gonna help destroy this place. This real quick before I get the scripture, let me check something out. An example I want to pull real quick. Bear with me real quick. It was an example I want to show, but I'm probably just going to, move on with the scripture I was about to get. Let me guess, yeah. Because you had in this chapter, you had Moab, which is the so-called Chinese, Ammon, the so-called Japanese, and you had the Edomites, I believe. They tried to come up and besiege our people. And the Lord put the spirit on them to where they ended up destroying each other. Okay, it's the same thing now. Okay, I'm gonna get to the point. I'm gonna start at the 11th verse just to get to the point. Actually, I started 9. It says, if when evil come upon us as a sword, judgment of pestilence or famine, we stand before this house, and in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction. Then thou wilt hear and help. And now behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, which is Edom, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade, when they came out of the land of Egypt, they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say how they reward us to come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given us to inherit. O our power, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. And all Judah stood before the Lord with their little ones, their wives, and their children. Then upon Jehaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaniah, the son of Jael, the son of Mattaniah, a Levite, the sons of Asaph, came the Spirit of the Lord in the midst of the congregation. And he said, hearken ye all Judah and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat. Thus said the Lord Yahweh unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude. For the battle is not yours, but Yahweh's. Tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook, before the wilderness of Jeruel. Ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves and stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you. O Judah and Jerusalem, fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord will be with you. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the Lord, worshiping the Lord. And the Levites of the children of the Kohathites and of the children of the Korites stood up to praise the Lord Yahweh, God of Israel, with a loud voice on high. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. As they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in the Lord your power, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper. And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed singers unto the Lord, and that should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army to say, praise the Lord, for his mercy endureth forever. And when they began to sing and praise, the Lord set ambushments against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, which would come against Judah. They were smitten. For the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, and utterly to slay and destroy them. And when they had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir, everyone helped to destroy another. Okay? And when Judah came toward the watchtower in the wilderness, they looked up onto the multitude, and behold, they were dead bodies falling to the earth, and none escaped. So these heathens, they consulted together just like they always do. They consulted together to come up against us, our people. And what ended up happening? The Lord had it to where they destroyed each other, man. Okay? They went from coming together to destroy the children of Israel, okay, Judah, okay, to what? Destroying each other. It's the same thing that Yahweh Bashim Shah is about to do with these heathens again. Okay? I just had to get that point out. This is Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns, the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, NATO, these shall hate the whore. The whore is who? America. And they're starting to hate the whore, man. Okay? To the point where they, help assist devaluing the currency, the American currency. Okay? They do deals with other with arch enemies of America. Just like EU is doing deals with Iran. Okay? Turkey's doing deals with Russia. I believe EU is also dealing with Russia as well. Okay? And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. By what? The missiles. Okay? For Yahweh had put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. So this was coming. America really don't have allies. Okay? America is like the book of Obadiah, the first chapter say, is the small and despised among all the heathen. Okay? Including his own allies. America's allies is not with them on this. Okay? And when this thing fully pops off, that's what's going to happen. America's going to be in for a big surprise. Okay? America thinking that they got people back, these other nations to back them up. They're going to betray them in that time. So it's going to be America and you're going to have Israel. Okay? How it says the least of flocks will draw them out. They both going to get destroyed together, man. This was getting ready to happen. Okay? So that was the lesson. Call Halal Allah Yahweh by Shema Shah. Yahweh Ratazah. This was edifying to the elect. Also to the great multitude, man, woman, and child, Israelites that do believe. Abab Abal, Abad Ha, Ayapaya, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom to the elect.